Morning and welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lahner.
And I'm Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
And we welcome Potter County Judge Nancy Tanner in with us this morning, fresh off a commissioners meeting on Monday morning. We're getting closer and closer. This is an election year. We're right in the shadow of early voting. It'll be here before we know it. And that's something we're going to dive into here today with Judge Nancy Tanner, is the election season, and the election department. Now, we know it was led by a great woman for several years, and she retired. But now the issue is that sometimes people will throw seeds of doubt.
Right.
And you have a faction of people who want to put this election's in a bad spotlight. And what it really does is discourage people from participating in the system. Judge Tanner is going to talk to us about how the Potter County Election Administration remains above board. They do their job. They're hired professionals. And how important and vital it is to have a free and fair election. Good morning, Judge Tanner.
Good morning. How are y'all today?
Pretty good.
Doing great. We're doing
Good.
great.
How about that wind yesterday? Woo!
Boy, nasty day.
Nasty. Yes, it was.
Judge Tanner, it's as we alluded to just a minute ago, there seems to be some problem. It seems to be the consolidation of the elections. What's up with that?
This is something we've been doing since 2008. We consolidated the joint primary, making it Republican and Democrat. We do it. Our elections department does it themselves. We don't divide it out between all the Democrats and all the Republicans. We just do the whole thing. And it's been like that way for since 2008, and it works great. It works wonderful. We have an excellent election department.
Oh, and we were talking, during the break about, just people sowing seeds of doubt. And,
Yes.
and I think what is disheartening is when you look at the younger kids, the younger generation, they don't want any part of politics because of what they see going
I know
on.
what they see. Yeah.
They see
Who wants to jump into that mud
Well,
pond?
who wants to do
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of other things I can focus on. So how
Exactly.
is it that what do we need to do to change to help this younger generation come up and understand the importance of voting?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't have the answer for that, but I wish that if they did have questions that they could come and talk to the elections administrator, talk to me. I've been here since Jesus was a baby, so I know about how all this happens. I mean, I started out, Sue Daniel was the county clerk, and at that time, the county clerk did all the elections, and it was hard. It was hard on them to do that, but she and I didn't do it. She did, but she used my computer and my fingers. But we got a new system involved when she was still in office. And then she retired, and then Julie Smith took her place. Julie is still the county clerk. And then Julie said, you know what, this is really hard. Let's get an elections administrator. So they hired Noxie Mathis. Well, Noxie retired. And then we hired Malin. Malin was and no disrespect to anybody else, but she was the diamond, the rough. She got everything lined out. She was perfect. She trained Christy Bench, who is now, because Malin retired. I don't know what the heck is up with retiring. Is that something you do after you've been around forever, I guess?
Everybody's
Anyway, so they all retired, and so now Christy's in charge. But she learned from Malin, just like I learned from Judge Ware. So it's called experience.
Right.
That's
Thank you.
basically what it comes down to, experience. And then for someone to come in and then throw a stone in the way we do things and just stop the presses is just unheard of, and it's been happening a lot here lately. And we have got to keep our heads up and keep strong and keep doing what we're doing because it works.
One of the things that we know Potter County does is they invest in the process of elections, the new equipment, and we were able to get that new equipment I want to call it a grant maybe, or a program where we didn't have to do
Right. We didn't have to
under the
pay
whole
for it.
cost of that
Yeah.
that system. Why is it so important for Potter County? A part of your budget set aside every year just for this cause. Why is that so important for the county and for the citizens to understand that you guys do take this as a matter of precedence and serious?
Because it's important that people know that their vote is counted. People go vote, and it's a serious process. You don't go in there with lightheartedness and joking around.
No.
You're scared to death to talk to somebody because they're afraid you're gonna, give them some advice or something. You go in with your head down, you sign the poll pad, you go vote, and you're out. And it's like less than a 5-minute deal. I mean, it really doesn't take that long at all. So I don't know. I don't know if there's an answer to that, David. People get really, really upset if they think that their vote didn't count. The first thing you got to get people to do is go vote.
Go vote.
Right.
If they have a discussion or something or disagreement about something that someone wants to do, go vote. Go vote. Put your vote in there, and that way you know that you've tried your best to change what you think is wrong.
How do you feel, Judge Tanner, about? I've heard some people also grumbling about this. They want to go back to the old system. You have to vote in your precinct or your district or whatever instead of these central polling locations. They want those to just be just in that neighborhood.
Precinct voting, yes.
Yeah, precinct voting. How do you feel about that?
We have made it so much easier to have these polling places, vote centers is what we call them. People have come to us and said, especially to Malin, saying, thank you for doing that, because now I can do it on the way to work, on the way home, on my lunch hour, picking up the kids from the babysitter or whatever. They don't have to go to their precinct, which is way out of the way in some instances. And so they can vote anywhere they want, and it counts. It goes to the same machine that counts all the votes at the very end. So we had a lady that a couple of seasons ago that tried to vote in 2 places the same day, and she got caught. She was voting at Comanche Trail, and she went across 27th Street and voted at Kids Inc., and they called her. They said, you just voted. She said, how did you know?
Well, yeah.
She signed your name on the poll pad, and it comes through our computer over here. So
We're paying attention. That's how we know.
I
Yeah,
guess she really took the term vote early and vote often for real,
yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Judge, my curiosity is this. 8 times out of 10, we know the people that are part of a faction to disrupt or to change the system. Is there anything that can be done to, I guess, ignore them? Or, I mean, if you know it's coming, why even bother with it? Is there anything that can be done?
It's really hard. It's kind of like ignoring a mole on your nose. You
Right.
can't. I don't know how else to put it. It's there, and you cannot ignore it. It keeps happening. It won't go away. It won't go away. So we do our job. They do their job, and they do their job well. And they do put up with a lot of distrust from some people. There is, like you said, there's a certain group of people that don't trust it.
Right.
They want to go back to paper. And we don't want to go back to paper. We have told them several times we're not going back to paper. So, I mean, I used to work, I've been here so long that I did the paper ballots before, and we were here till 3 a.m. counting. Who wants to do that?
Right.
Yeah, who wants to do that? Plus, you have to pay help to be here.
Yeah.
So, the system works. That's bottom line is that the system works.